portions of TV23's internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. Good Wednesday to you. It is August 3rd, 2016. Welcome to High Plains Today on TV23. On today's show, I'll be joined by Kirk Hutchinson. He is the Public Affairs Manager with Kansas Department of Transportation. They got a poster and video contest that they're going to have coming up here. We're going to talk about that. In the meantime, let's take a look at happenings. Well, Republican voters in the 1st Congressional District prefer a doctor who says he's a peacemaker to the outspoken Congressman Tim Huelskamp. Now, the defeat halted a 20-year political career for Huelskamp. He took his social and fiscal conservatism to Washington, along with a reputation for being stubborn with fellow Republicans, and made enemies and was bumped off seats on the Agriculture and Budget Committees. And people want a peacemaker with conservative Christian values, with Kansas values, is how Marshall interpreted the election results. And in other races, Senator Jerry Moran, he easily defeated D.J. Smith. John Dahl defeated incumbent Larry Powell for the 39th District Senate seat. And in Haskell County, Stephen A. Santala was elected as the magistrate judge for the 26th District. And in the 38th Senate District, Bud Estes defeated Joyce Warshaw. And in Grant County, incumbent Lance Babcock was reelected as sheriff. Those are just some of the races, and you can always go to the Kansas Secretary of State's website and view all the winners and losers. And yesterday at about 9:15 a.m., emergency responders in Liberal were dispatched to the 1400 block of East Bluebell Road for a reported injury accident. Responding officers found that a black 2005 Chrysler 300 had rear-ended a 97 Chevrolet Blazer. Investigators determined that the driver of the Blazer, a 51-year-old female, was stopped in traffic. The driver of the Chrysler, a 45-year-old female, crested the hill and struck the Blazer from behind. Both women were transported to the Southwest Medical Center by Seward County EMS with minor injuries. The driver of the Chrysler was cited for inattentive driving and no seatbelt. Well, following a brief public hearing, Seward County commissioners voted unanimously Monday to approve the 2017 budget proposal, which calls for a slight decrease in the mill levy. Now, the 2017 budget came in with a mill levy of 44.36, just slightly under the 2016 level of 44.402. That came after an increase from 2015 when the levy was 35.979. Now, the county's expenditures continue to rise, though. In 2015, the county had $25.9 million in expenditures. That number rose to $27.8 million last year, and in 2017, $32.1 million will be planned for. Now, the assessed valuation for Seward County was up, however, and a trend for that number is hard to figure. The valuation for 2015 was $253.86 million, falling to $229 million in 2016, and then rising again to $252.9 million this year. And the Garden City Community College will have a marching band beginning this fall semester, the first the community college has had in its history. Now, Casey Hands, he is the Garden City Community College Director of Bands, said he and 2 assistant band directors have visited 16 different high schools in Southwest Kansas to talk with interested students about enrolling at the college and being in the new band. Now, the band will have a woodwind, brass, and percussion ensemble and a full drum line. Marching band students will be training during the fall, leading up to a halftime performance at the final home football game of the season on November 12th with Fort Scott Community College. That'd be kind of a cool deal. And don't forget, we're giving away another Yeti 30-ounce Rambler tumbler. All you got to do to enter is send us an email, cup@kdgltv.com, or send us a postcard, TV23 KDGL, P.O. Box 447, Sublette, America 67877. And when you send those entries in, send your name and your address so we know where to send this baby. We're going to give one of these away tomorrow, so be sure you tune in for that. Be back with a look at the weather after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming. Provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless. When you do business with United Wireless, you're doing business with people living and working right here in Southwest Kansas, not someone halfway across the world. We're proud of the fact that every day we serve our friends and neighbors, our healthcare providers and hairdressers, technicians, farmers, and local retailers. You are the people who make Southwest Kansas great, and for all you do, we believe you should be treated with the utmost respect. We are United Wireless, and we are Southwest Kansas proud.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And looking off at, well, we're going to call them partly cloudy. Be a little optimistic here as opposed to partly sunny, but there are some clouds out there. Looking at the temperatures and readings here at the station right now, 87 degrees, relative humidity 56%. Winds are only 5 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. Barometric pressure holding steady. Taking a look at the current temps around the region, everybody pretty much in the mid to upper 80s today. Current dew points around in the 60s. That's where that all comes in. And you can see there's not a lot of wind out there. The windiest spot today is Dodge City out of the south at 13. Everybody else 10 or below. Taking a look at our highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport yesterday. We did get to 92 degrees, 105 back in 2010. The overnight low yesterday, 69, 55 back in 1974. They did have just a little bit of trace of rain overnight in Garden City. Taking a look at our forecast for today, 96 the high. Winds are going to pick up just a little bit, be out of the south at 14, and then tonight, the low of 68. Winds will still be out of the south at 13. Tomorrow, there is a 30% chance of precipitation. We are going to get up to 96 degrees, maybe have a little more humidity. Winds will be out of the south-southwest at 14. Then our overnight low, 67, 60% chance of precipitation. Later in the afternoon, early evening, overnight, and the winds will be out of the south at 13, switching around to the north. As we look at the 7-day, you can see they took the chance of precipitation for today out, but it does carry all the way up through Monday again, and we're going to start to heat up as we get into next week. But look at that. Hey, the weekend, 88 on Friday. That's not too bad. That's a look at the weather. Be back with the markets and Mr. Kirk Hutchinson after this.
same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Turn here. There. Excuse me. So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
And welcome back. I'm now joined by Mr. Kirk Hutchinson. He is the Director of Public Affairs for Kansas Department of Transportation, Southwest District.
Good afternoon.
That is way too much to fit on the back of a jersey. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Royals, 2-game
Yeah,
winning
there you
streak.
go.
We were talking about that.
We were
this
talking
weekend.
about that at the fair. Yep,
Yes.
they're up. See, they're rolling now.
We'll see. All right, now, KDOT and the Kansas Turnpike Authority, you guys have some contests going on.
Right. It's part of what we call Put the Brakes on Fatalities Day. Now, this is a nationwide campaign that was begun about 15, 16 years ago. And the whole impetus behind it was to try to draw attention to all the fatalities that we have on our road. And the question was, what would happen if you had one day where there were no fatalities across the United States? We have anywhere from every 15 to 16 minutes on average, someone dies in a wreck somewhere in the United States on a roadway. In Kansas, it's almost one a day we average. We've been in the 350 to 380 range for fatalities for several years. Last year, we creeped up a little bit above the year before, and this year we're unfortunately well ahead of last year in terms of the number of fatalities across the state of Kansas. So the whole idea was, let's put a campaign together, and then we've created the poster contest, and then Kansas Turnpike Authority came along and created a video contest to try to get kids. The poster contest is ages 5 to 13. The video contest is 8th graders through seniors in high school, and get kids thinking about, what can we do to be safe? What would it be? What's required to be safe out on the roadway?
Okay, and before we tell them how to enter, I think, don't we have, Brian, do we have the videos from, okay, we've got the posters. Now, these are the posters from last year.
Right.
And this was the 5 to 7 age year winner. And this is from Cameron Henriksen, and he's from Jetmore.
Young man out of Jetmore.
And this was a regional winner, right?
Right.
And he won a bike.
Yeah, he won a bike, and then the girl next, whose name unfortunately I've forgotten, I apologize to her, she was the runner-up. So she got a certificate for being the runner-up.
Okay,
and
Cameron
got a bike and a bike helmet. I mean, we're going to do safety things.
Yeah,
This is
right,
Department of Transportation. So
okay, and then you had the 8 to 10 winner from Moscow was Kaylee Flores, and this was her poster. And
isn't that an amazing poster?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's really
She's
impressive.
Only 8 to 10? Wow.
Yeah, and she
got a bike and a helmet.
She got a bicycle and a helmet, and she was a statewide
she was a
winner.
state winner too.
So her family got a weekend at the Great Wolf Lodge in Kansas City.
Oh, well, that's nothing to sneeze at then either,
Nope,
was it?
Nope, pretty good prize.
Yeah. And then the 11 to 13-year-old winner. Now, this was done by Rory James.
Rory James.
And Rory is from Garden City.
Right. And Rory told me the story behind this poster was his dad had been on a motorcycle and a vehicle pulled out in front of him because the vehicle couldn't see the stop sign because of a tree.
Huh.
And his dad was injured. He survived and more or less walked away from it. But that's what gave Rory the idea for that poster.
Good for you, Rory. Attaboy.
So,
all right. And there's 3 age groups there, 5 to 7, 8 to 10, and 11 to 13.
Right.
And all the regional winners will win a bike and a helmet.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we give away 3 bikes and helmets here in Southwest Kansas every year. And we've had winners from Rolla, we've had winners from Liberal, we've had winners from Dodge City, we've had winners from Garden City, we've had last year a winner from Moscow, we've had winners from Meade. I'm trying to think of all the different communities I've been to. Plains. We've had winners from all over Southwest Kansas.
That's kind of a cool deal. All right, and now to enter, they simply have to, now you have to do, the rules are, it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, right?
Just a regular size sheet of paper.
Pencils, color, crayons, markers.
Whatever you want to use, but you
drawings.
can't use the computer to draw your picture for you. No, we don't want the computer drawing your picture.
Okay, that's kind of a cool deal. And then the Turnpike Authority, they have a video contest.
They've added a video contest, and we sponsor that in conjunction. And part of that motivation was, let's get some high schoolers involved too. Poster contest is for kids up through age 13. So the Kansas Turnpike Authority created the video contest a couple of years ago, and last year we promoted it as part of Put the Brakes on Fatalities Day. And again, a video 6 seconds to 60 seconds long. They want a maximum of 60, but a minimum of 6. And not a selfie video. Hi, I'm me, and I think you should wear your seatbelt. Not that kind of thing. A production of some kind. And last year's winners were pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, and I think we have those last year's winners that we're going to roll here in a second. And
What's up? Hey, did you know that every time you look at your phone, you're distracted for at least 5 seconds? Put the brakes on fatalities. Say no to driving distractions.
Every year, more than 3,000 teens die in crashes caused by texting and driving. They don't realize they can miss out on their high school graduation, a career, marrying the love of their life, and starting a family. So make the right decision. Put down the phone. It's your life. Be here to see it.
Those were pretty good.
Those were pretty creative.
Those are all high school students.
Those are all high school students. One was from Dodge City, if you saw that.
Oh yeah, the girl
the girl who was pouring milk on the cat.
Yeah, that was Dodge City.
That was funny. But in addition to the prizes that the kids win, and we have 3 prizes this year. One's an iPad, one is a GoPro video camera, one is an Osmo Steadicam. In addition to those, so the first place winner gets their pick of one of those 3 prizes and so forth. But in addition to that, each high school booster club of the winner gets $500.
Really?
Right. So a donation from the Kansas Turnpike Authority for whatever they need to use it for.
That's kind of nice too.
So it's not just the kids winning a prize. There's also the opportunity for the school to benefit as well. So really want to encourage kids. The rules are out online. If you go out online to our website, ksdot.org, or you can go out to the Kansas Turnpike Authority website. They have the rules out there as well for the video contest. And because the videos have to be uploaded, and then you basically link to the Kansas Turnpike Authority to let them know the video's out there.
All right, and then there's going to be 3 statewide winners, and all will be and there's 18 regional winners.
18 regional winners because we have 6 districts across the state of Kansas.
Times 3 is
and each regional winner gets a bicycle
it's math.
and a bike helmet, and so they win. And then the statewide prizes this year, there's a prize at a stay in Kansas City at the Prairie Fire Resort there. There's a stay in Wichita with tickets to the Exploration Place. And then a stay in Topeka with tickets to the Topeka Zoo, I think.
Yeah, and the Children's Discovery Center. Plus, they all get their bike and their helmet.
And they get a bike and a helmet.
All right, this is a cool deal.
It is a cool deal.
You guys got a lot going on. You're not just building roads, are you?
Right. And the whole point is, let's be safer out on the roads.
Yeah.
And the thing is, real quickly, all of those dealt with texting and driving. But it's not just the texting. It's not just what you do with this device. It's really about what your brain is doing. I mean, this device distracts your eyes and your attention, but it's what your brain is doing, what you're thinking about. And the latest research shows that with teenage drivers, this applies specifically to teenage drivers, they're actually more likely to be distracted by other teenagers in the vehicle than their phone.
All right, I'll be looking forward to seeing the winners this year.
They should be good.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, stick around to be back with more right after this. Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Hey, let's take a look at some sports. In 2016, the Pecos League, the Garden City Wind, went 38-26, edging the Trinidad Triggers that were 35-29 for first place in the North and home field advantage in the North Division's championship series that begins at 6:30 tonight at Clint Leitner Stadium in Garden City. So you don't have anything to do. Go out to Clint Leitner and watch the Wind. Salvador Perez got the pitcher and the pitch he wanted in the 7th inning last night, and he hit a 2-run home run that carried the Royals 3-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays. Same two teams again in Tampa tonight. And you know what? The U.S. basketball team headed for Rio yesterday. You know what? They're staying on a cruise ship that's docked in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, man, I tell you. Let's take a last look at our weather before we get out of here. There, it's going to be, right now it's 85 degrees, relative humidity still at 59%, winds are out of the south at 3, barometric pressure is starting to fall. Taking a look at our 7-day, we do have a chance of precipitation starting tomorrow late afternoon, all the way through Monday, going to start heating up again into next week. Other than that, the lows are going to be in the 60s, not going to be terrible out there, maybe some humidity. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. See you back here tomorrow.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
As the owner of a business, I'm responsible for all these kids. No, I can't make sure they get all the fruits and veggies they need, or that they have good table manners, or that they use their inside voices, but I can make sure they get the support they need by reporting all my new hires to the state of Kansas.
When you report new hires, you make sure non-custodial parents pay their child support so kids get what they need to succeed in life.
Join me in doing one simple thing to help kids.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.